No, because Steve's probably.
I don't know.
One of the great things about this COVID-19.
Do you know how to get out of this?
Right today.
It's that waiting won't stop.
Yeah.
Have we done the gas thing? We haven't.
That's afterward.
Well, there's a guy here. Where's Frank Tuttle?
Okay.
Frank is you want me to introduce him? He's your guest, but Frank was a longtime buddy of my uncle's, and he's a Rotary guy through and through. But we're on Facebook, and I got this thing, and Frank said, I'd be interested in coming to your Rotary, and when do y'all meet? And I was like, 12 o'clock on Fridays. I gave him the whole thing, messed him up. But in spite of all that, Frank made it. It was 11 o'clock, and what happened was he had to touch base with Carol, or Frank would have been standing over at 55 Center at 12 o'clock. So.
It's a shack. Down in the shack.
I know.
Not considering these happy bucks, but I am putting $20 in because I want to help Officer Legaza's wife. As I said last week, his grandfather was a police officer for my company, CSX. So just wanted to put that in the pot.
Or something.
They wouldn't be good the other day.
Well, I thought they were okay those days.
You know, Curry Andrews is not here today. He'll be gone for a month and a half. Before he left on Wednesday night.
They do.
I couldn't get connected to somebody.
We can hear them. You can hear them.
Not all big.
That's right.
Don't go in there and hear them. When you're in there.
Yay, Curry. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate all of the people that stood on the streets, that went to the funeral, that donated to the Memorial Fund for Officer Legaza. This has been quite a week.
I'm going to go ahead and open it up to our Zoom group. And who's happy, Zoom group?
On that. I mean,
I can only have 50 at the provision.
it's half cold different today or something.
Hey, Sarah, you might ask everyone to mute that's not talking.
If everybody can mute. It's not talking. That's great. And who's happy? Well, if you're happy, feel free to put it in comments since you're all muted, and we'll make sure that we read it out. Mr. McClendon over there. So just let me know, Mr. McClendon, if there's any, and we'll just help you. Thank you so much, everyone. And I would like to now turn it over to Jane Covington, who is Betsy Crossley in training for this year, who is going to be introducing our guest and visiting Rotarians. Jane?
Thank you, Sarah. I'm going to be the best Betsy Crossley I can be this year. Jennifer Bourne has a couple of guests today, so I'll ask Jennifer to introduce her guests, one of which qualifies as both a visiting Rotarian and a guest. So, who doesn't know Lynn? Yay!
Lynn's the foundation director for the chamber, and she's visiting. She is from the morning club. You wanna say- All right, we're good. And then Robin is my guest. Robin is with Heartland Payment Services, and she is. We just met a couple weeks ago, and I'm encouraging her to get involved in Rotary, so I asked her to come visit to see what we're all about.
Thank you. Welcome. And then I don't think there are any other guests that I'm aware of, but we do have another visiting Rotarian that Alan already jumped the gun on. We have Mr. Frank Tuttle, who is a member of the Fayetteville, Tennessee Rotary Club. So welcome, Frank. Anybody else? That was my first Betsy impersonation.
You did great. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Welcome to all of our guests and visiting Rotarians. A couple of announcements to make. As Larry mentioned earlier, we are asking that all Rotarians obtain at least $500 in sponsorships for our golf tournament. As everyone knows, the golf tournament was moved to September 21st. So we've got plenty of time to get our sponsorships. And I'm also publicly committing for the second time, Larry, I'm still working on my 3 that I said I was going to do as president. So I'm intending to get that done so that you're going to have those 3 as well. 2 have said yes. It's just a matter of getting that paperwork back. I know, but I got to do more than just one that's my company. Come on now. So anyways, also want to ask everybody to please remember Sheila Cleveland as she had surgery. Wave to everybody, Sheila. Well, there's she's waving to everybody. As she's recovering for surgery, she hopes to be back with us in the next time we meet. Also, as previously mentioned by Bert, John, and Roger Wheelwright, we're hoping everyone's healthy and back as soon as they can. So for our program today, it's a little bittersweet, to be quite honest. This is my last official Rotary meeting as your president, and it's been a great year, guys. It really has. I've enjoyed every minute of it, minus the heart attack, but I enjoyed the Rotary part of it. But I first want to thank the Rotary Club for giving me this opportunity. You guys are amazing, and it's had a year of challenges, but all in all, we've done great things. And as I leave office, I'm humbly amazed at how our club is, how amazing our club is. We started this year with identifying a big idea, and from that idea came our support of an inclusion playground. We received the support from the city and for our participation, and we anticipate finalizing an agreement with the city for our part in this by July 1st. We also were able to provide computers to Bangalore, India, the finalization of an equipment grant for the Calcutta India Club, as well as continue our initiatives such as the Harper's River Cleanup, Children's Home, and begin fundraising for our golf tournament. I fully expect our golf tournament this year to be the biggest one yet because we're a club that rises to the challenge. We are also able to usher our Rotary Club into a new age using technology and having Zoom meetings. I am so excited that we're able to offer Rotarians 2 different avenues for participate in our weekly meetings. As previously mentioned, it was not without challenges. We had heart attacks, tornadoes, COVID, cancellation of Pancake Day, and coronavirus, to name a few. But as always, our club rose to the challenge. I humbly thank all of our past presidents for stepping up when I could not be at the podium. Also, past presidents Linus Sujas and Devin McClendon for introducing us to online meetings. Without both of you gentlemen, none of what we've done the past few months would have been possible. And I have a small token of my appreciation. You're not done. I would hate to give you Donna's because, well, that's a little strange. And Devin, thank you so very much. I want to also thank Larry Kane. I want to thank Larry for not only leading the foundation so that we could give $35,000 in grants to tornado victims for our Rotary clubs, but also your leadership in granting small scholarships and the small grants that will be awarded in August. You're truly amazing and a lifeline of this club. And please accept this small token of appreciation for all you've done, not to mention setting up for us week after week. Thank you, Larry. And to our wonderful Donna Weeks, who is not here right now, I will get her gift to her. Donna, publicly, thank you for all that you've done for us. Without you, it wouldn't be possible. So we are so grateful for you. And finally, but definitely my greatest appreciation is to our current Rotary Club Board of Directors. Your leadership and guidance, as well as a willingness to help make tough decisions in an unusual year, is greatly appreciated. I would ask that you come up at this time and accept a small token of my appreciation. So if you're on the board now, come on up. Those joining from Zoom, we'll see you. Let's come on this side, if y'all don't mind. Make it a little easier for me. All right. Great. Patrick, you could pass that down to Patrick. I do. Keely? Oh, be careful, Miss Betsy. Oh, Betsy. Jennifer Shepard. Harold. Beth and Bert. Harold, that is Harold. Yep. And Kip. Nope. Thank you guys so very much for all that you've done. This would not be the year it was if you guys were not able to step up and say yes when asked. And we just truly appreciate all that you've done. So everybody, please join me in a round of applause for your current board of directors. Thank you all very much. Huh? Oh, see, let's talk about just prophetic. Patrick was just telling me that Bluffton, South Carolina, which is where we had my uncle's memorial service, and we went on to Hilton Head this week, is Patrick's home club. So that's kind of full circle. That's kind of neat. So anyways, I'm extremely excited to see what Keely has in store for us this year. This year, we have also lost our beloved John Miles and Molly Chatterjee. When we can safely have a banquet again, we intend to their families and have a proper tribute to these fine Rotarians. So if you would join me in a moment of silence for the families of John and Molly and Officer. Thank you very much. Keely, can you come to the podium or the space? And also, I'm going to have you introduce your board of directors. And as he introduces everybody, if you could come to the front, that would be great. Oh, Kip's here. Kip gets a present too.
Kip, come on up. Oh, hi, Zoom people. All right, Kip, thank you for serving yet another year on this coming year as a PR director. Okay, and then we have
Kip, if you could stay up here, that'd be great.
Jane needs to come on up. Jane Covington is going to be our secretary for the coming year, and I thought I had it, but I don't. It's coming, it's coming. Nope. But several people who are coming next. Okay, I'm going to get your screen just a second, Jane. Thank you. Bert, come on up. Bert has graciously agreed to serve another year as Sergeant at Arms and Director. Thank you. Also agreeing for another round is Jennifer Bourne as Vice President. Thank you, Sarah. You can just hand me any. All right. So Beth Dormany, come on up. And Jennifer Shepard, come on up. You guys are taking year 2 of your terms. Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. And that's going to be not present. And present. Patrick, right, come on up. Patrick has agreed to serve the next 3 years as treasurer of this fine club. Well known to be the most difficult job on earth. And that might be you. Okay. No, I didn't. You're in there. Miss Betsy Crossley, is she here? She is. She's got a little, this one. Miss Betsy is the president-elect. Yeah. Okay. And I think the remaining are not currently present. Michael Heineman is at home, I believe, as the Sherry. Yeah, I think we're all okay. But then our past president, who will be serving 1 more year on the board, is none other than Sarah Johnson. And Sarah gets a pin. This is really difficult to do without a podium. Also is well known during the pandemic for calling meetings to order without a bell, instead using a wine glass. Well, Sarah, we thought we needed to make it official and get you a set of Rotary wine glasses.
It's perfect.
Not only that, but what's a wine glass without to fill it with? And so get a lovely bottle of wine.
That's
Red Cellars,
awesome.
because everybody knows you're president, so you're
Thank you, Keely. You're awesome. You're awesome, Keely. Thank you. And thank you to everybody. I look forward to serving with you all as past president. If you all can join me, I'm going to first start. Don't go anywhere, guys. Come back. And administer your oath of office as members of the Rotary Club and the Rotary Board of Directors. I'm going to say I, then state your name. So I do solemnly pledge that I will fulfill the duties of my office in the Rotary Club of Brentwood to the best of my ability, that I will support President Keeley and will abide by our club's constitution Constitution and bylaws. Thank you all very much. You can all join your seats, and Mr. Keeley hangs tight. All right. If all the past presidents would come join me in the order in which you were president, if you're here. Keeley, you got to come up here, buddy. We are going to pass the gavel. Okay. So those of you on our Zoom call that were past presidents, I'm going to call out each president's name, and if you would unmute your microphones so that when it's your year, please state your name so that everybody can be a part of it. Will that work? All right, everybody. It's okay. And Bob Searcy, Keeley just acknowledged that you're also going to be one of our directors.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, Bob. I did not see your what's that family, the Brady Bunch tile on the screen there. But Bob Searcy is present with us. He's just virtually present. He's going to be on our board of directors.
Perfect. All right, so I'm going to start with Harold Fogelberg. All right. So Harold Fogelberg is passing. Who was after Harold but before Tom Carr? Rod Freeman was one.
Hello, everybody.
Susie Lindsay was one. I was told different century. Larry Faust, Mike Barrett. Who else is on there that I might be missing? Michael King, we're not to you yet. All right, so Rod, Susie, Larry, Michael, I'm going to have you virtually pass the gavel. There you go. See? Good job. All right, now we're at Tom Carr. You're going to pass to the next one. Devin McClendon to Linus Stugis. Is Lori Reed on there? Well, Lori's in spirit. To Dale Llewellyn. To Steve Grissom. To Michael King virtually, who is dark, but he's there. And then to me and Keeley, I'm passing it to you and your oath for president. I, state your name.
I, Keeley Hall,
Do solemnly pledge
do solemnly pledge
that I will faithfully execute the office of president
that I will faithfully execute the office of president
of the Rotary Club of Brentwood,
of the Rotary Club of Brentwood,
and that I will, to the best of my ability,
and that I will, to the best of my ability,
support the district governor
support the district governor
and Rotary International,
and Rotary International,
and that I will uphold the Constitution and bylaws of the club.
and that I will uphold the Constitution and bylaws of the club.
It is my honor to say welcome, President Keeley. We're glad you're here. Thank you. Now, Keeley, it's all yours, my friend.
She took the microphone away right before she said, "Don't burn it down, man." So when I envisioned this, by the way, I had a podium. I don't know why. I was here last week, but that's how I envisioned it. I had a podium. This past week has been, and still is, I guess, the first ever virtual Rotary International Convention. Of course, it was originally supposed to be in Hawaii. That's okay. Staring at my laptop screen on my couch in my living room is totally the same as watching my kids learn to surf at Waikiki. Totally the same. Seriously, though, it's really cool that this year, every Rotarian gets to attend the International Convention at no cost. So if you have not already had a chance to do so, I would highly encourage you to go online at rotaryconvention.org. For those of you at home, that address one more time is rotaryconvention.org. And view on there
the sessions that they have 2 general sessions, but then they also have a whole lot of breakout sessions. I would most recommend, at least, if you are a member of this club, if you're a member of Rotary anywhere, that you would at least watch the 2 general sessions. I think there's a lot of good stuff there. I think it's inspirational. It's always a good reminder to know the things that Rotary has done and is doing. And it's just a good, inspirational, hopeful thing to watch for the year to come. Pro tip, by the way, if you set the playback speed to 1.25, you can watch both general sessions in about 2 hours. It's kind of cool. And it's really fun if you do it at like 1.5 or 2, especially because then when they're translating from their native language into English, you can't even tell that they're not moving at the same time as the lips. Okay, so seriously, go ahead and watch those 2 general sessions. One of the things that you will see when you do watch them is incoming RI President Holger Knack speak. I mean, that's how you say it in German. Holger Knack. Speaking briefly about the RI theme for next year. Rotary opens opportunities. Over the next 12 months, my vision for the Rotary Club of Brentwood is that we will work together to open opportunities in 3 specific areas. First, we want to open a new opportunity for children of varying abilities to play together on a playground in the city of Brentwood. Not going to go into the details there. Sarah already did. And we are excited to continue the progress that we've been making over this last almost exactly a year to the day when Sarah originally announced her desire for us to think big. Number 2, we want to keep open the opportunity for our club members and our guests to remain as healthy as possible. This whole COVID-19 thing has kind of kicked the collective butt of our planet. And it's been difficult. And we are trying to get on as best we can. One thing that I have found out about myself over the last 3 or 4 months is just how much I've always relied on in-person communication. I don't really like using the phone, and I like even less doing video conferencing. I just don't like it. It's not my strength. I'm anxious to get back to regular in-person meetings. But it certainly would not be fair to all concerned if we put our members and our guests in a high-risk health situation simply because I prefer to see them in person more than on my phone or my computer. Right now, we are planning on meeting in person at the Martin Center in 2 weeks, but things are fluid. We hope that we will continue to be able to do that. We will see. If we do meet together in person, I am committing to you to have less wind inside the Martin Center. Definitely hope for less wind inside the Martin Center. You guys have funny shaped faces now. I'm committing to you if we do meet in person in 2 weeks. Next week, by the way, Independence Day, not meeting. But in 2 weeks, we will be socially distancing. We will have a maximum capacity. We will very possibly be doing additional things because we will be inside rather than outside and thus in a higher risk situation. So we may be checking temperatures. We may be requiring masks. We may be doing a number of things. Bear with us. Again, we want to err on the side of caution because we'd far prefer to be extra careful and realize a couple of months later we were being overly cautious than to stretch and realize a couple of months later we've caused someone pain or worse. We will have members specifically dedicated to determining the safety measures. We will have members specifically, as we already have had, specifically dedicated to making sure our online experience is as high quality as possible and as close to being in person as possible. We will continue to make Zoom calls available. I do not want to put anybody in an unnecessarily risky situation, and therefore, if you are sick, whether you're a high-risk individual or not, please stay home and join via Zoom. If you are a high-risk individual, whether sick or not, please stay home and enjoy the meeting via Zoom. Also, all risk tolerances. You don't have to be in a high-risk situation. You don't have to be sick to say, I don't really want to put myself in that position. I don't want to contribute to the possible spread. If you have a lower risk tolerance, please, again, stay home and participate via Zoom. So the third area is that we want to continually seek to open new opportunities for our club members to, in the words of this year and this past year's RI President, Mark Maloney, to better celebrate the full diversity of humanity. Speaking in his portion of the aforementioned Hawaiian Couch Convention, outgoing President Maloney says this: celebrating the full diversity of humanity is our strength. However, Rotary cannot stand by when our values are challenged. Racism and ethnic prejudice rip the social fabric, and animosity threatens the safety, well-being, and lives of our fellow human beings. Positive change in the world will not come quickly or easily, but it must come. The family of Rotary is stronger when our clubs, our members, participants, and leaders at all levels reflect the communities where we live. Even as we celebrate our ideals and the strength of our diversity as an international organization, we know we can do better. Rotary's leadership is taking a serious look at how we can collectively take action, how we can support clubs in taking action, and how we can help address injustices worldwide. I urge all of us, this is still Mark Maloney talking here, I urge all of us, every Rotarian and every Rotary and Rotaract club to hold a mirror to ourselves and ask if our membership and club experience reflects the diversity of our community. So let me get real for a second. When we think about the diversity of our community, I don't know if you are, but I am tempted to say, I mean, we're a relatively non-diverse club in a relatively non-diverse community. So we kind of reflect our community. And to be honest, that has kept me satisfied for many years. But it doesn't anymore. The truth is, our community is not diverse enough. But our community is still exceedingly more diverse than our club. It's just reality. If you look at the demographics of Brentwood, number one, we see, shockingly, 50% of Brentwood is female. We don't see that in our club. If you look at the demographics of Brentwood, number two, shockingly, there's a pretty even age distribution along the continuum. We don't reflect that even age distribution in our club. But critically important right now is the fact that if you look at the demographics of Brentwood, an admittedly less diverse city than the average city in the state of Tennessee, and then the state of Tennessee being even less diverse than the average city, a club of our size, to be equal to the demographics of the city of Brentwood, would have at least 18 people of color. We don't. Not even close. 18 people of color to equal the demographic diversity of the city of Brentwood. So if we truly mirrored our community, in order to truly mirror our community, we need to do better. And we need to do better. We have to do better. It's not just about adding diverse members, though. It's about taking definitive action. I implore all members of our club not only to be vigilant in recruiting more people of color, more females, more young people, etc., but also to take some action steps. Number one, be honest and courageous about holding me and all club leadership accountable in being actively anti-racist, anti-chauvinistic, in being actively welcoming to people of varying faiths, varying political views, and yes, in extreme cases, even tolerant of New York Yankees fans. Maybe. Number two, I implore us to be proactive in suggesting, planning, and executing events that will challenge, educate, and transform our members as well as our community. And number three, I'm going to ask that if you are interested to be a part of this, I do want to form a task force to help us accomplish this goal. It's not going to be a one-term goal, just like the inclusion playground. It's going to be a many year goal. But if you are interested in being a part of this task force, please email me, call me, or come and see me after this meeting anytime in the next few weeks or few months. I want to know if you're interested in being a part of that. The core values of Rotary are service, fellowship, integrity, leadership, and diversity. It's my belief that when we tackle the three areas of focus I've just described, and we do so with the excellence and integrity that have become calling cards of this club, we will be directly strengthening each one of those core values in our club during the 2020-2021 Rotary Year. I'm looking forward to the challenge, and I hope you are too. Thanks for indulging me during the wind and during the heat and the humidity. I am excited and looking forward to this year as your president. In the first of many times I will have to be reminded of my duties in this new role, Sarah has just reminded me, oh yeah, you got to adjourn the meeting. So I will take this, what? Uh-oh. Is there any further business for the good of Rotary? All right, in that case, we are adjourned.